I said on a video, Luka could leave the Mavs one day, and I got slammed. Luka, I feel like, is similar to Dirk. He's not leaving the Mavs for anything. Mark Cuban said he would lose his wife and not lose Luka. Like it's Mark Cuban's decision what Luka does. Then I heard something really disturbing from Luka after a loss last week.
Terrible. There's really not much to say. I never felt like this. We gotta do something. Right now it's looking like we don't care, honestly, if we win games or not.
Look, you have to understand, Luka has never lost like this in his life. There are lots of reasons the Mavericks are bad right now, but the biggest problem is Kristaps Porzingis. This video explains why, and at the end, the solution to fix all this. Hey, it's Casey, welcome to AM Hoops. 5 videos per week at 5 Eastern is worth a subscribe. We have over 100,000 subscribers now, super grateful. I'm gonna drop the link to the 100K channel announcement at the end of this video, but I wanted to welcome Hayden Azanero and Juan Felipe Rodriguez, 2 guys who signed up for AM Hoops memberships yesterday. You got the join button below. Lots of perks, including the behind the scenes video that explains everything about this new set that was dropped today. So let's just dive right into why KP is the main issue for the 8-13 third from bottom Mavs. He's just a dude, which is unacceptable. When Porzingis is not playing like a star, it destroys this team. This will definitely make you go,
Things that make you go,
With Luka Doncic, the Mavs offensive rating is 113, good for 7th in the NBA. When Porzingis plays without Luka, 99, dead last. In fact, you would have to go back 5 years to find an offense that bad. The 2016 Sixers, who were trying to lose. And I know, Mavs fans will say, we've had injuries, we've had COVID, there are new players on this team. But all of that is glossed over if KP plays like he's supposed to. At times last year, he did. They were really good when KP played without Luka. They were the most efficient offense in NBA history overall. So when they traded Seth Curry and brought in Josh Richardson, I didn't hate that move. Oh, so you lose one 3-point shooter, you get a tough defender, which they needed. Today, that trade looks awful. And is Seth Curry really the reason this team is struggling? No, it's a guy who averaged 27 points before an injury in the bubble, now down to 18 points and 30% from 3. If you watch this channel, you know I believe stars win chips. I mean, LeBron plus AD and average role players equaled a title. The fact is, Luka does not have his championship number 2. Kristaps is a fraud, which sounds really harsh, but I just mean he is a fraud superstar. KP will go through stretches, averaging 27 points, 3 blocks, 10 boards on 35% from deep, but he's injury prone, so it will not last. Athletes are kind of like superheroes. Injuries are their weakness. Hit Superman with kryptonite, dude loses his power. Iron Man is really just some rich guy without his suit, and Aquaman obviously needs water. The point is, once a star becomes injury prone, he's just another dude. Russell Westbrook is a great recent example of this. I'm not saying that Russ is injury prone yet, but he was MVP level good last year before the pandemic. January to February, you remember, a really efficient 25 points a night. Then he got hurt and has looked washed ever since. Porzingis was a gamble that the Mavericks took, and they lost that bet. Here's a look at all the injuries KP has had since coming into the league. He has missed time on 20 separate occasions with a lower body injury. Okay, some of those have been the same exact injury, so we'll call it 13 different times an injury has popped up. He's just 25 years old. That is bad for anyone, but especially a player 7 foot 3 inches tall. KP is just the 26th 7 foot 3 or taller player in NBA history. And as we've pointed out before, the longest career for a guy that tall was Mark Eaton at just 875 games. Okay, so far this has been a really negative picture of everything with Porzingis and the Mavericks, so we will get to the solution. But that solution is really complicated because of what they paid for Porzingis. They traded 3 bad players and 2 first-round picks. The picks would have been great to build with or to trade with in the future. The Mavericks have an awful history of signing star free agents, so they need to trade for one. Right now, stars require a boatload of picks, and being out 2 really hurts their chances to build for the future. Bottom line, the Knicks bet that KP's knee issues would severely hurt his play, and so far they were right. New York flipped KP to open up cap space for Kevin Durant, but they got Julius Randle and Marcus Morris instead. They flipped Morris to the Clippers for a pick that eventually became Immanuel Quickley. A very smart move. Now, the Knicks are having a surprisingly good season, but would have the 8th pick if the season ended today, the Mavs pick. Dallas's 2021 unprotected draft pick goes to New York. Every Mavs loss makes the Knicks look really smart for trading Porzingis. So the solution now for the Mavericks is not to trade for a star this season. There is no star out there to trade for. I mean, the only guy kind of is Bradley Beal, and they don't have the assets to get him. The solution is also not to sign a max free agent in the offseason. Basically, the only championship guy left is Kawhi Leonard. He would have to A, leave the Clippers, and B, choose the Mavericks. That's extremely unlikely. Instead, this is the solution. Wait until the next disgruntled star demands a trade and build a package until then. The Mavs have a lot of cap space for this offseason, so they could sign valuable players to use in that future trade for a star. Also, as another season passes, another first-round pick becomes available for a future trade. If a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, maybe even Donovan Mitchell wants out, Dallas can be ready to pounce. If not, fans are fooling themselves if they think Doncic won't leave. He's not loyal to Dallas. He basically just got to Dallas. Even LeBron James left a town he had tatted on his body to win a chip. If you've watched games this year, you know Luka's body language has been awful. Players typically sign a second deal after their rookie contract to guarantee life-changing money, but after 7 years, it's a wrap without rings. The NBA has changed since Dirk, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant played for one franchise. Now, players change teams all the time in search of a ring. If the Mavericks don't build the right team for Luka, his loyalty will run out. I want to be clear, I'm not saying Kristaps Porzingis is a bad player. He's a great player when he's healthy, but all of his really great spells are sandwiched in between serious injuries. It's time to admit that the Mavericks will never be a championship team with KP as their number 2. So guys, here linked is that 100K announcement video and another Dallas Mavericks video about a similar situation I think you guys would really like.